What is going on, everybody? Shri Kanase here, and welcome to the complete print on demand tutorial. In this video, I'm going to be telling you the exact strategy that will help you not only launch your print on demand Shopify store, but also add the correct products to it, choose the correct niche, and of course, launch ads for it so you can actually be successful and in the end make money. There's a lot of hype going on for general stores, niche stores, one product stores, but I personally think print on demand is the underdog of all of the other niches and general stores and one product stores. The first reason why I think this way is because I believe print on demand is not done as much as it should be by dropshippers. In the AliExpress hype, people often forget that there are other ways that you can make money and still dropship, and one of the easiest ways is print on demand. With print on demand, you're basically still dropshipping, but only with faster shipping times, and you're only making products after somebody buys from you. The main reason why I think so many people don't want to go this route is because print on demand does require a little bit of more research beforehand. But once you get a good store going, it is just as you would be doing dropshipping via AliExpress. Only with print on demand, you're gonna have a much higher, happier audience and more repeat purchases. But to understand as to how this should be done, you're gonna have to watch every single minute of this video and stick till the end. But without wasting any more time, let's just jump right into it. So the A to Z guide to print on demand. The first thing that I want to go over is what I'm going to be talking about in the entire video. When it comes to print on demand, as I mentioned, a lot of extensive pre-research is required because you're going to be spending time finding designs, making designs for only a specific niche. But for step one, our main task would be to do niche research. I'll be showing you exactly what websites you need to use to do niche research, how you do it, etc. And that is followed by actually creating your website. Now, believe it or not, when it comes to print on demand, it is actually much different to create a website compared to AliExpress dropshipping with niche stores, general stores, one product stores. Everything is more and more personalized when it comes to print on demand. I'll be going over that in step two, but step three is choosing the correct print on demand app, because believe it or not, choosing a specific print on demand app can determine whether you're successful or not with your store. So it is actually really crucial to choose the correct app, and I'm going to be going over 3 different guidelines. But once you've chosen your app, step 4 is of course doing product research, trying to find those specific designs for whatever product you want to sell on your store, and make sure that those designs actually do follow certain criteria in order to think of them as winning designs and worthy designs of advertising. And we're going to end the video with exactly what you should do, what you should avoid, etc. But let's go on to step 1, and that is niche research. When it comes to niche research with print on demand, you're going to have to utilize a lot of different websites because just relying on data from one specific website may not be the best idea. So with niche research, I use specific websites every single time for every single new store I open. The first one and the main one is Etsy.com. Now the products on Etsy range from t-shirts to pants to specific hoodies to home decor stuff, etc. And because of the variety of items on Etsy and all these unique designs, I use Etsy more often to determine which niche is actually worth going into. And this is followed by Pinterest, because one of the biggest websites that a lot of people do print on demand type of stuff on is also Pinterest. There are many sellers on Pinterest which have unique designs, and you can simply do a lot of good niche research and try to find those niches which have much more sales on Pinterest. But this is also followed by one unique website, which is fancy.com, and I'm going to be going over some of these websites and as to how you should be doing niche research. But the fourth one is amazon.com, of course, one of the biggest platforms to be using to do niche research for, and that is followed by eBay, and finally your Facebook feed. But along with these specific websites, you need to utilize Google Trends and Google Keyword Planner tool to actually determine whether there is enough demand for the niche that you want to get into. And in order to actually do niche research, which I'm about to show you, I highly recommend that you work backwards. A lot of people would go out there trying to find that perfect niche that they can go into, and then they would find the products. But I recommend that you do the opposite. You first determine which products you want to sell. Is it t-shirts, hoodies, sweaters, beach accessories, or home decor stuff? Once you have decided what you want to sell, then go out and try to find a specific niche that is really doing well selling those specific products you want to sell. So for example, let's say you want to go into the home decor niche. You want to sell home decor products. You would go out and type in home decor into Etsy or Pinterest or fancy.com or Amazon or any of the other websites. And once you type in home decor stuff, you'll try to determine which of the specific products that pop up are actually getting sales and what niche they are in. And from there, you would go on and make a store around that. But let's go on over to the first website on our list, which is Etsy, and show you guys something that I came up with. So for this example, what I did was I went ahead and already found a niche, and it is the pet niche, or in this case the dog niche. But from here, what I want to show you is actually how I determined I wanted to do research into this specific niche. So all I did is I went on Google Trends, and then what I did is I just typed in pet shirts. So I had a very general idea that I wanted to go into maybe the pet niche. So all I did is I typed in pet shirts, and from here I basically looked at what results popped up and what their search volume was. So what you want to do is you want to increase this from past 12 months to the past 5 years. You want this to be a very steady line instead of many ups and downs. So as you can see, even though there was a slight increase in the year of 2017, and it may seem that there was a decrease, overall it has been kind of like a straight line. Of course, there are going to be some ups and downs, but overall you want it to be pretty much a straight line. Even if it is not going fully up all the time, that is completely fine, because steady wins the race. And in this case, just the search term pet shirts were pretty much steady. So what I did is I went down from my general idea and I looked at this section right here, and from here what you want to do is you want to change this from rising to the top. So we want only the top specific keywords related to our main general keyword. So as you can see, you only need to have a very general idea as to what you want to do, and from there you just have to scroll down and look at the specific related queries and look at what results come up. So the first one that I saw was, of course, dog shirts. So from here I got the idea that maybe the dog shirts or the dog niche in general would be one that would be worth looking into. So then what I did is I went ahead and I changed this to dog shirts. We want to look at the results and data for dog shirts only, and clearly dog shirts had a much higher search volume than just the pet shirts keyword, and it looks like it is actually a very straight line, not many ups and downs. So that tells us that overall through the entire year, the dog shirts or the dog niche would be a good one to do print on demand in. So then I just scrolled down, looked at the specific related queries one more time to see if there was anything else I could find. And from here, what I saw was that there was one query, number 4, which said custom dog shirts for humans. Aha, there we go, custom. The keyword custom is the main one for us because we are a print on demand store that offers custom designed shirts. So from here, what you want to do is you want to look at all of these queries and see if there are any specific keywords that pop up to you. So you can just scroll through and look at them. So BarkBox dog mom shirts. So from here we would go back on Pinterest or Etsy and just type in dog mom shirts or dog shirts for women. So dog mom shirts. We want to see what kind of shirts come up, if there are any specific designs that are very similar to each other, and I'll go over how to exactly choose the specific designs in the 4th slide. But this is the general way of deciding what niche you want to go into. Again, if you're really confused and if you don't even have a general idea or sense as to what you want to do, simply go on over to Amazon, because Amazon is one of the best ways to figure out exactly what niche you want to get into, and just type in whatever product you want to sell. So in this case, I just decided to go with shirts, but once you type that in, press space. So from here, we get a lot of different options. Shirts for women, shirts for men, shirts for teen girls, shirts for women clearance, shirts for women plus size. But the key things we're trying to identify is which gender most of these search queries are for. So it looks like there are more search terms related to the woman than there are for men, because there's search for women, search for women clearance, search for women plus size, etc. But once you've identified which gender it is for, you want to go ahead and choose that as well, and then press space one more time. So from here, we're trying to identify more keywords which can help us decide which niche currently is the most searched for on Amazon. So it looks like shirts for women plus size, shirts for women casual summer, because when I'm recording this video, it is the summertime, which is why this specific niche is on demand right now. But once you've identified the specific gender, what products you want to sell, simply play around with the keywords and see what you can come up with. But if we just type in shirts one more time and press space, what I saw was one of the search terms in these specific different search terms was shirts for dogs, shirts for dads, shirt stays for men. So when we click on shirts for dogs, because it is one of the most searched keywords, we can see these very unique shirt designs, but these are made specifically for dogs. But if we go ahead and press on the search box one more time and press space, again, we can see that more search terms now come up related to shirts for dogs. And one more thing I saw was that there were search for dogs, girls. That means women specifically were searching for shirts which were related to dogs. So as you can see, even if you didn't have a general idea that you wanted to go into the pet niche, you can simply start off by typing in the specific product that you want to sell. So in this case, it was shirts. And from there, what I did is I just typed in the keyword search and press space to find out that the most searched keywords were for women. So when I did search for women or simply shirts, I saw that there was one specific search term which stood out, which was search for dogs. And now when I type it in, I see search for dogs, girls, meaning women are the most likely candidates for this specific niche. So within 5 minutes, we've already decided that we specifically want to sell shirts, and that too personalized shirts mostly for women than for men. So now that we have found out what niche we want to get into, to better understand whether this niche is worth getting into, we now use the Google Keywords Planner tool. And you want to create a Google Ads account if you haven't already to use this tool, but simply come over here to the planning section and click on this first one, which says discover new keywords. And from here, what you want to do is you just want to type in dog shirts. That's all you want to do. Type in very general keywords. You don't even have to type in dog shirts for women. So click on get results. And from now, we want to determine whether we want to sell a shirt specifically for women or not. What you want to do now is you want to click on the average monthly searches box right here. So it ranks it highest at the top and then in decreasing order. So it looks like the highest searched keywords are dog shirts. So now if we just copy it and open a new incognito window and just paste in the specific keywords, we want to see which specific products come up. So it looks like instead of dog shirts for males or females, these dog shirts are literally for dogs. So now we may want to kind of change our plan of attack. Instead of making a store related to personalized dog shirts for women, why not just make a personalized dog shirt just for dogs themselves? So as you can see, these designs are all made for dogs, not their owners. So that really gives us a general idea as to what we want to do. And the main reason why we're deciding this is because dog shirts itself has the highest amount of average monthly searches compared to all of these other ones. They only have 1,000 to 10,000, while dog shirts itself has 10,000 to 100,000. Remember, you want to get into a specific niche which has high amount of monthly searches, otherwise you're just going to be wasting your time. But again, if we go back to the slides, you want to utilize all these different specific websites. You don't have to just rely on one. In this case, what we did is if we didn't have an idea as to what we wanted to do, work backwards. Just type in the product that you want to sell. In this case, we did shirts, but it can be changed to home decor accessories, wall art, bathroom accessories, or even things like pillows, pillow cases, pillow covers, phone covers, etc. Anything you want, just type it into Amazon or Etsy or Pinterest and see what search results are the most searched ones, and then from there go into the Google Trends and Keyword Planner tool and rank by the highest amount of average monthly searches and go with the keywords that are at the very top, because that will tell you exactly where the demand is at. Let the market decide for you what niche you decide to get into. But once you have cleared step one, and again, it shouldn't take you days and weeks and months, in just a few hours I decided that I would go into the customized dog niche search. And I had decided originally that I would go into the dog search for women, but after doing the Keyword Planner tool, I decided that I would just make customized dog shirts for dogs themselves, not their owners. But moving on to step two, and that is website creation. And this is one of the most important steps of the entire process, and that is because this is your entire foundation for your print-on-demand store. So really pay attention to this. But when it comes to website creation for print-on-demand, the main reason why I said that this is kind of different than the other categories is because everything needs to be a little bit more personalized when it comes to print-on-demand. So with print-on-demand, I highly recommend that you get a custom theme relating to your specific niche, and this means investing in the theme itself and not using a free theme. The main reason behind this is that I believe the free themes don't really offer you as much personalization as a paid theme would. And again, you want to kind of go with your intuition with this. Choose a theme that you think would look the best for your specific niche. So in this case, if we were to jump into a dog niche store, I would want the entire theme to kind of be more laid back and relaxed and have light colors, because that is what I think the dog lovers would prefer. Nothing too dark or extreme, because dog lovers may be lighthearted, and I can only find out more about that if I do research into that. So this does require research. But if budget is really a problem and you have a limited budget, I highly recommend you just go with the debut theme then. But get it as personalized as possible for your niche. Do audience research and see what your audience likes, what kind of color they like, what is their age, what pages they like on Facebook, where they are on Instagram, what they dislike, what secret slang words they use, etc. Find as much information as you can, because you're going to be using all of that in your website creation process. Because again, your entire store design needs to be relating to the niche. Otherwise, it is not going to be useful for you to even make the store. And the best way I think to do research for your specific niche is to just go ahead and type in your niche on Google and type in a specific product that you want to sell. So for example, in this case, we wanted to go into the dog shirts niche. So all I had to do is just type in dog shirts. I want to scroll down and look at the specific websites that pop up. So Petco, let's go on to that one. Chewy.com, let's go on that one. And let's scroll down and see what else we can find. PetSmart, I don't want to go on that. I want more dropshipping stores. So this looks like it's a dropshipping store because of the name. So let's go on that. And I think those are it for now. So let's go on to those specific stores, see what kind of colors, theme they have, what their logo is, what kind of words they have used, etc. And you want to kind of match all the websites that you find to each other and see what they have in common. So it looks like Petco has pink in their website. Their logo is red. They have blue and red as well. Their buttons are blue, as you can see. Their reviews amount are also blue. And if we go on to a specific product page, we want to see what kind of words they have used, what coloring it is, etc. So it looks like their add to cart button is blue. So keep a key note of this, because this is telling you really valuable data. They've used a lot of red, blue, and green. And if we look at their description, you want to go over their description, see what words, and identify any key terms and use them in your own website and description. But you want to do this for all the websites that you have found. So let's go on over to the next website, Chewy.com. Again, there we go. A lot of blue, and it has white and blue on it. So on this website, we saw blue as well. And over here, we saw blue as well again. So this is not just a coincidence. Don't think of it like that. These websites are big branded stores that have spent probably $1 million or more just testing different things out. And what they have found is that pet lovers like the blue color the most. So you don't even have to spend millions of dollars yourself, because you just found valuable data right here. People in this niche like the color blue. In addition to blue, there's a lot of red here as well, and green as well again. So if we click on a specific product page, their add to cart button is actually orange, but they have green here, red here as well. And you want to again look at their specific description. But let's go on over to our third website and see what they have over here. Again, we see a lot of blue. So clearly by now you should be thinking, how can I implement a lot of blue on my website, in my ads, product descriptions, and in my ad copies? Because blue and green is working the best for this niche. I can tell you that right away without spending a single dime. And if we go on over to their specific product page, let's see if they also have similar things as the other two websites. So again, more blue over here, red, green, and their description also is very lengthy, and you can possibly identify a lot of keywords from here. But now that I've looked at all of these things, I know for a fact that I'm going to have a lot of blue and green and red on my store, and also my logo will be in those colors. So a lot of things were just made easy because all I did is I just typed in the specific niche I want to get into on Google, spied on other stores in the same niche, and took ideas from them. Just try to mimic what is already working. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, especially with print on demand. But again, going back to the slides, let's continue on. So again, do a lot of color research, audience age research, likes, dislikes, secret slang words, and use every single thing that you find on your own website. But after you have completed this step, and it may take a little bit for you to complete this, you're already ready to go and on your way to making a lot of money with print on demand. Because step number 1 and 2 are the biggest hurdles when it comes to print on demand. Step number 3 is just choosing an appropriate app, and I'm going to give you exact layout as to how to do that. So the main reason as to why I think this is one of the most important steps is because some apps do not offer certain categories of items. So if you want to build a print on demand store where you're selling more apparel stuff like shirts, pants, sweaters, hoodies, etc., I recommend that you get the T-Launch app. It is available for free on the App Store, but of course, if you want to create more and more designs, it will cost money. But the second app that you should be looking into if you want to go into another niche, which is the home decor niche, meaning selling stuff that you can use inside your home, like custom designed vases, custom designed lamps, etc. I recommend another app which is called the Jet Print. And again, it is available in the Shopify App Store, but the third app which is kind of everything else app for me if I don't want to go into apparel or home decor. And if it is something else besides these two things, I like to use the custom cat app. Now, of course, all of these three apps charge different pricing for each different product, and they also offer different quality of items. So not every app will offer the same kind of apparel. It is up to you because you will have to do a little bit more research on your own, look at the reviews, etc., and determine what you want yourself, because I can't make that decision for you. But these three categories are the main ones that you want to be looking into: apparel, home decor, and everything else. And these are the specific apps you should be doing for each category. But step number 4 now is product research. This is determining that you have gotten the niche and the website and the app out of the way, everything is set up. Now, when it comes to product research, there's nothing really that fancy that I do. I do use all the websites I mentioned in step number 1, and what I'm trying to see after typing in my specific niche and product name that I want to sell are the products that are usually at the top, and I like to start with Etsy for this. So let's go ahead and go on over to Etsy and go back to the dog mom shirts. But now, since we did determine that we don't want to sell for the owners but rather for the dogs themselves, let's remove dog mom shirts and just type in dog shirts. So from here, we want to now look at specific things. One key factor that you want to be looking out for is the add text right here on the top left. When a specific product listing has the add text on the top left, it is very straightforward. All that means is that the specific lister of that specific product is running an advertisement for that product. And one thing you want to keep in mind is nobody runs ads for a long period of time, especially if the ads have a lot of reviews, if it is not profitable. So what you want to be looking out for is specific products which have over 30 to 50 reviews and is currently being advertised by the seller. These are kind of your golden nugget product which you would want to add to your store first and make ads for first, because right away, because you already know that somebody is advertising that product on Etsy and they have a lot of reviews for it. So the way to make a specific product like this is maybe to hire a designer on Upwork, Freelancer, Fiverr.com if you can't do it yourself, or just design yourself and then upload it to one of the apps that you downloaded in step number 3. But these are usually the listings that you want to look out for. Again, over 30 to 50 reviews or more. But you won't always find ads just like these ones. What you want to do then is scroll down right below the ads section. The section at the very top right below the ads contains the products which are also selling really well, because as you can see, they also have a lot of reviews. For the dog shirts niche, the problem is these shirts are actually for their owners, not the dogs themselves. So that may be a problem for us, but we want to continue scrolling through again. Look at the 30 to 50 reviews, and one more badge that you want to look at is the bestseller badge right here. As you can see, bestseller clearly means that these products are selling the best on Etsy, and you would want to take advantage of that. So a cool design that I already saw, which has 1,300 reviews, is this one right here. All it says is the name of the dog, as you can see here, and it is a personalized dog shirt. So this is one great thing that you can actually list on your own store. People just love creating personalized stuff that can make them feel better about themselves, and especially if it's for their pets, which they love a lot, they will buy it for their pets. So this is a very comfortable and adorable looking shirt for a dog, and it also is fully customized to the dog's name. So this is definitely a product that would sell well on your own store. But of course, you want to keep on looking at these other specific designs. Look at products which have more than 50 reviews, and if they are currently being advertised like this dog shirt right here, that is even better. So this dog shirt is not advertised, but it has a very, very funny, cool design which would make a person laugh. I mean, if I had a dog, I would definitely want my dog to wear something like this, because it is actually funny, and every time I look at it, it'll make me laugh. Even though it has 8 reviews, this could be a golden winning product just because of the text on this simple dog shirt. And this is also being advertised, as you can see right here, at the text on the top left, which is, but of course you want to continue researching, and don't limit your research to just Etsy. You want to also go on Pinterest, type in specific keywords that relate to your niche. So in this case, it would be dog shirts, and just simply press search. And from here, you'll see more designs that you can list on your own store. So some things that you want to be looking out for when you're looking at the designs is similarities between designs on different platforms. So compare a design, let's say for example, this design to that design that you found on Etsy, and see if there are any similarities. Like this specific design that we saw up here, which is right over here, which was this one. It had funny text on it, and if we go back to Pinterest, this also has text on it which is kind of funny. All it says is farts, but it is something that would make the owner laugh, or anybody else that sees the dog in this shirt laugh. So these are ideas that you're looking and comparing between different platforms, but use every single specific website that you can. Another great website to do research on is fancy.com. Now this is kind of a newer website that I've been using, so it may not have all of the niches available, but it is still a great platform for a lot of the other niches out there. As you can see, for dog shirts, it clearly has designs on it, and if you hover over the specific design, you'll see this little icon on the left and a specific number next to it. That's just kind of saying how many people saved this design. 21 people saved this design, 20 people saved this design, etc. So again, for fancy.com, since it is new, I would look at designs which have over 20 saves. So in this case, this one would be an interesting design to have on your own store because it is also in the top section and it also has over 20 saves. So utilize everything that you can. Just simply type in your specific niche and the product that you want to sell. So dog shirts, even on Amazon, you want to look at specific products which are sponsored, have a lot of reviews. On Amazon, I recommend looking at products which have over 100 reviews, and also looking at the Amazon's choice products, the bestseller products, etc., and decide from there. But use everything that you can to your advantage when it comes to product research. And one thing you also want to be doing is sorting by the most recent. So you can specifically do this on Etsy mostly, but go on Etsy, type in the specific niche and the product, and sort by. You want to click on most recent. If a product is getting sorted by most recent, it is at the very top and has over 30 to 50 reviews on Etsy, that is a potential 6-figure product right there. Simply because it was recently added and there's tons and tons of reviews to it, meaning it kind of just took off and got a lot of sales. So this one has 300 reviews while this one only has 15. So clearly this product kind of took off, and third one actually has the bestseller badge on it. So this one is the best one out of them all. So you can just use simply these designs and create those designs or something similar, or you can just get ideas from here and create your brand new designs. Everything is up to you. But again, just simply write in the niche that you chose and plus the product. In this case, it would be dog shirts, and identify the similarities and differences, and that should take you far when it comes to product research. And once you have that down, we can move on. And step number 5, that would be Facebook advertising, but I did not write that in this specific tutorial. But things to do and things to avoid. I highly recommend that you add products which can be customized, like the dog shirt we saw, where they can actually add the dog's name on the shirt itself. So those are customizable products. People absolutely love them. And if you make a nice video ad for it or use a nice image showcasing the product clearly, it will sell a lot. But avoid creating duplicate designs of big brands at all costs. This is one big problem of print on demand, where a person doesn't know where they should kind of copy or mimic a specific design they saw online, and they do copy it, and they end up getting sued because the original creators of that design have copyrighted their specific design and they do not allow anybody to mimic or copy their design. So at all costs, avoid just simply copying the design fully and mimicking it. Try to add your own sense of change to it. But one thing you want to do is, if you have a higher budget, I highly recommend you hire a designer on Upwork, because those designers kind of have a lot of experience with things like this. Just go on Upwork and type in POD or print on demand designer, or simply apparel designer, or whatever you want to get designed, and choose the one with the highest amount of reviews and the greatest designs. But when it comes to advertisement for print on demand, I don't recommend that you do advertisements one by one for each design that you test. Instead, you want to have multiple ad copies with multiple designs. So let's say, for example, you choose the dog shirts niche. You would have one campaign running with 5 to 10 interests, all for dog lovers. But within those 5 to 10 interests, you would have 3 ad copies each. So one ad copy would be for one shirt design, the second ad copy would be for another shirt design, and the third ad copy would be for the third shirt design. So in this case, you have one campaign running, but you're testing 3 different designs within each ad set. Since with designs, you're kind of using your intuition to determine whether it will sell or not, I highly recommend that you use this method of testing so that you don't just end up spending all of your budget and not finding a winning design. And the main reason why we do this is because we want to let the market speak for us. Facebook will only start to show that ad copy with that specific design which the dog lovers audience is loving the most. So you don't have to worry about deciding which design is gonna work the best, because in this case the audience is choosing for you. And you're testing 3 different ad copies per ad set. That is a double win situation for you. But if you do see that one specific ad copy for one specific audience is taking off, you want to then go ahead and look at the comments specifically and see what people are commenting. When it comes to print on demand, a lot of people will comment things like, I wish you had a design like this, or my dog would have looked better in a design like this with this kind of text and this kind of color, etc. Listen to those comments and do as the people say. I promise you'll get a tons of more winning designs just through the comments. but you will have to look through the comments and see what people want in the first place. But that was a full strategy as to how you can, in 2019, start your print-on-demand store and successfully run it, starting from doing niche research all the way to running ads for it. If you found any type of value in this video, make sure to smash that thumbs up button down below and subscribe if you haven't already, so you stay up to date to the videos posted every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'll see you guys next time.